Man United 1, Aston Villa 0. Listen, in cup competitions, I know what you lot are going to be saying, and I will get there. In cup competitions, you got to win the game. It's as simple as that. There is no, replays. You don't want to be going to penalties and having a lottery. At home to Villa, you just need to win to get through to the next round. So that's the positive. But there's only so long I can go without talking about that performance, because for very, very large parts of the game, if not most of it, we were really bad again. Okay, I'll start off with the formation, a clear formation change, back to 4-2-3-1. It's almost like Ralph looked at it and said, here, have your formation back, guys. It felt a little bit like that. And I'm being a little bit hypothetical here. I don't have a clue what Ralph has said behind the scenes and why he's gone that. Haven't heard his post-match comments. I'm going off just my gut feeling, and it feels a little bit like I've tried to get you to play in this way and it doesn't work. And what I will say is, for the first sort of 10 minutes, Rashford was wide left, Greenwood wide right. It was back to what we know under Ollie, really. 4-2-3-1, McFred in the middle. Bruno Fernandes just behind a striker. In this case, it was Cavani, and two wingers in Mason and Rashford. It was that is what the players should be comfortable with. And in the first 10 minutes, Rashford's busting flip-flaps on Matty Cash. He's getting at him. He's looking confident. And the goal doesn't come from Rashford, but the goal comes from two unlikely sources and an unlikely link up in McTominay and Fred, which I'll get to. But we looked okay. The tempo looked good. And I would say that the first 10 minutes of the game, first 15 up until the goal, we looked more comfortable in that shape, because that's what the players know. Then from the goal onwards, it just dwindled. It just absolutely dwindled. When Owen called at half-time, and I said it then, the biggest problem that we've got, not the biggest problem, because I in this very same spot, I said the biggest problem we've got is player accountability. But it does kind of fall into this, is the individual mistakes. We'll get to people's ability and people not being good enough, and watch Rashford doing and watch McTominay and Fred doing and all this, and Lindelof look shape. I'll get to individual performances, but when I look at collective as a team, because I don't want it to just be bashing individuals, collectively as a team, how are we supposed to build strong performances with so many individual errors? You can't do it. The amount of times we lose the ball in our middle third or our defensive third is a big problem. It invites pressure. I saw Fred, I think it was great work from Mason Greenwood, great footwork. The ball gets to Fred, he takes a heavy touch, they're in. Marcus Rashford has Matty Cash up his arse, someone fires it into him, he tries a little flick. Don't know why I'm doing a little ballerina, I'm actually doing the crap. I'm so glad you can't see down there and you can only see up here. I'm lifting my foot up. He tries a stupid flick, they're in. Mings, one hoof up the field. Got to deal with it, Victor Lindelof. By and large, he usually does. Takes a horrendous touch, and then they're in on goal. And Ollie Watkins should score. Hits the bar. So individual errors. Dalot giving the ball away. It's very chaotic, and this is what Ralph Rangnick's talking about. And he says it after every game. He probably said it after this. We give too many balls away. We give possession away far too cheaply and in really, really bad areas. So forget tactics. Forget intensity. Forget application for now. If you're just giving the ball away constantly and allowing the other team to counter on you, you're in big trouble. You're in big trouble. Villa, for all the pressing that they were doing, for all the moments that they got into, they should have scored today. We got lucky with the VAR. Well, I know it was not given, but again, sometimes, that they're fine margins, nearly a goal. Ollie Watkins should score. A couple of shots from outside the box as well. What's happening now is that we're conceding too many chances. So it's weird that Ralph Rangnick's saying our average goals conceded is coming down, which it is. When we do lose or when we don't win, we usually only concede one goal. But we're conceding a hell of a lot of chances through carelessness, and that's a big issue. Throughout the team, it was happening everywhere. Luke Shaw, again, sloppy on the ball. Rashford. I mean, look, people have really gone in on Rashford today. There was ironic cheers when he was brought off because he's playing that bad. I don't want to be standing outside of Old Trafford after games going in on Marcus Rashford. Who does? Who wants that to be the case? Nobody does. But you have to call a spade in terms of his performance level. And he came out with a tweet saying, what more can I say than show it on the pitch, and then proceeded to say all the stuff that he did say. And that's what I mean. We want to see it on the pitch. And he's really, really struggling right now. Some people questioning his ability, full stop, to play for the club. I've always said I don't know if he's going to hit the top heights, but what I do know Rashford's a better player than what we're seeing. You know, some of the basic decision making, again, when it's not going right, he answered the critics of saying, I'm not sulking, I am, you know, I'm happy to be, etc. But it's the body language, we can see it, but it's because it's not going well for him. It's because it's not going well for him. I don't just want to stay on Rashford for the whole of this, because we already know, you guys already know. I don't even need to elaborate on it. You know, he's been playing absolutely awful. Cavani on the periphery of the game, had a shot, yes, couldn't get him involved. Greenwood, I thought at times was really good today, actually. I thought he got on the ball, he showed promise. You know, he was outshining Rashford at times in terms of how to look after the football, in terms of technique and decision making. But then in the same breath, Jekyll and Hyde, he kind of let his decision making down as well. One time could have squared it to Rashford. Just little bits of selfishness. Saeed spoke about that in his fan view, little bits of selfishness. But ironically, look, the two players who we probably criticised the most in the team combined together to get us the goal today, and that was the most important thing. But this is the type of performance, and I said it coming up here, and I said it to a few people off camera as well. We'll probably scrape past this one, which won't be enough to build on going into the game at their place against on the weekend against Villa, and it's going to be another tough ask. If we come out with 2 wins against Villa within the week, I'll be massively surprised. Playing like that, we just can't afford to play like that. It's scraping through, isn't it? It's scraping through. It's not easy on the eye. Shout out Anthony Elanga, done more in like 8-9 minutes that he was on than a lot of players done in the whole game. Donny didn't really do much, to be honest. But it's sad. It's sad to see, because I don't see how it gets better. And the fact that Rangnick, I think it is a bit of a concern that Rangnick has gone back to that formation. And maybe I'm being a little bit hasty in terms of, well, I asked for it, because I did say after Wolves, wasn't I? I was fuming after Wolves. And I said, look, forget this 4-2-2 rubbish. Like, just we need width. But now I think about it, and it's me kind of asking myself a question. Is it bad that he's done that? Because actually, he's tried to instill something. It didn't work. And the players have kind of won that battle to get their formation back. Or am I being too hasty? I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really know. Because I can see that although Rashford played poorly for the majority of the game, he looked more comfortable in the first 10-15 minutes. We looked more comfortable in that shape, but we looked more comfortable in that shape because it was something under the old manager that we were complaining about then. So I don't really know, to be honest, is the real answer. But what I do know is that it wasn't good enough for large parts, and we were fortunate, really, really fortunate. You know, I look at Jacob Ramsey powering through midfield. I look at what McGinn was doing. You know, someone on the stream said to me, Flex, how are you putting these players in over our players? You're doing this, you're doing that. Why are you doing this? That's why. Did you see what McGinn just done to us? Did you see what Jacob Ramsey was doing? Did you see what Ollie Watkins was doing? Ollie Watkins ran his socks off, looked after the ball well. Yes, he should have scored. Worked tirelessly. The link-up play was on point. When Dia was getting into the little half spaces, getting on the turn, making things happen, they put us under. And in the second half in particular, it was absolutely abysmal. It was a really, really difficult watch. And I actually, at moments in the game, I had to kind of pinch myself and say, I forgot we scored. It was that long ago during the game, and we went large periods without playing well. So look, we're through to the next round, home tie against Middlesbrough. That is a positive, but that performance isn't really anything to build on, really, going into another tough game against Villa, where Coutinho will be unveiled. It'll be his first game. I'm sure he'll start, and it's going to be tough. Man of the match, I did think Varane was good. Excuse me, I did think Varane was good. Firefighting a lot of situations. I think there was one moment he got himself into a pickle. One pass he tried to hit crossfield midway through the second half, which didn't help. But by and large, he was good. Lindelof a little bit shaky today. Luke Shaw wasn't at his best. Dalot did okay. But again, collectively as a team, we just weren't good enough. So shout out to Elanga. Would I say play him over Rashford right now? Probably would. Rashford can't get much worse right now. He can't get any worse right now. He's at rock bottom. Rashford is at rock bottom, and I just hope he can get out of this rut, because it's not looking good. It's not looking good for him. Smash a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think I'm being too hasty. Do you have a different take on it? And smash a like on the video as well, and subscribe to the channel if you are new.